Hey Adam, how you doing, man?
How about yourself?
Doing good. Thanks for taking the time. It's nice to meet you.
You as well.
All right, my man. So we'll just jump right into it. So you're on the board for East Nasty Running Club, one of Tennessee's largest running groups. So my first question for you, Adam, is would you rather be a hamster or a rabbit?
I'm definitely a rabbit. I go out quick and die out fast.
All right, me too. That's awesome. Right on, man. Well, man, I would love to hear so basically like I want to get into like the groups, the running scene in Nashville, but I'd love to hear kind of the background of East Nasty Running Club and how you got involved. Yeah, man, if you're willing to share that, that'd be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. The East Nasty Running Group has been around 20 years now. So it's 20-year anniversary, big time. It's really been in Nashville during the change. From an almost sleepy town 20 years ago to a major player as a city in 2025. It also had the opportunity to see East Nashville develop. It's always been an East Nashville based running group, but everybody from all over the city participates. I'm on the other side of town. I drive across every Wednesday to be part of the group, and it can carry 100 to 300 people between the Wednesday runs. It's pretty fabulous. But Mark Miller started it back 20 years ago. He's no longer even in town anymore. He moved up to Kentucky, and we've been left with a great board. We have a board of about 12 people. Everything from president down. It's a true 501(c)(3). So we try to give back to the community through supporting running groups, running training for potato to tomato, what we call it, but a 5K developmental group running, and then also our free half marathon and full marathon training that has always coincided with the rock and roll, what used to be called the country marathon, half marathon, country music half marathon, now rock and roll half and full marathon in April. So we take a great pride in developing runners, helping runners get better, helping runners get faster, and just be a community player in East Nashville.
Man, that's so interesting. And you hit on something I'm really interested in, right? Because Nashville has exploded population wise, just like Austin, Texas, just like certain hubs all over the country, people coming from California, people coming from New York, they're all moving to these different areas. What just as a person who lives in Nashville or in the area and runs with that community, what has that change kind of been like?
Traffic.
All right.
Significant to get to your running events during the week. It's significant traffic. But besides that, we also have to modify a lot of our routes because of the amount of cars we have. We also get to look at now new what are bike lanes. We use as running lanes very often to give us a little protection from cars. We have to manage some of our routes just because of the amount of street lights that may be in certain parts of the city. So we do some modifications there. But we've also seen an explosion in groups. I manage another Saturday morning group called the PR Bandits, which is a distance running group. Oh yeah, and love that. Been doing that for almost 13 years now. And we also have a grouping of other, just some amazing groups. The 12 South Runners. We have Jogalope. We have groupings that I'm forgetting, but all over the city, they're popping up, and it's great to see. I'm a big fan of just the running community in general. Get out there, be active, run, and when you're running around a community, you're part of the positive energy that flows through. We see it all over the city and even on the outskirts. We have groups like the Franklin Roadrunners that run about 15 miles outside of town, out of Nashville. But we do a lot of collaborative with them and with other groups in the community that haven't just spawned from the East Nasties, but many of them have over the years.
What? Why? I mean, I is it just like a play on words in Nashville? I just East Nasty, such a funny name. I've been to Nashville once, and I love. I have a hat I still run with all the time. It's like forgive me if I get the name wrong, but like Dirt Bag Run Club or whatever.
Oh,
Just like that's a thing, right? Like trail runners kind of get referred to as dirt bags. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, we definitely have our dirt bags here. Those are the trail runners. I get injured on trails, so I avoid those.
Right.
Another great group and a whole nother style of running. For us street runners, because we're afraid of injury, the East Nasties. I'd love to give you a true answer on why it was the East Nasties. It's definitely a play on words.
Right.
Because we were sweaty and hot at the end of a run, so headed to a bar, possibly. It was because East Nashville used to not be the pretty, beautiful place it is now. Could have been, but I wasn't there. I got to see it during its change. But uh, it's one of those reasons, or one of 500 more that may be out there.
Right, right. And now that it has gone through the change or is still currently going through the change, would you say the group is more social, or do you all have like a race calendar a lot of your members sort of work towards together? Is there like are you all trained for rock and roll when it comes around? Like what does that group look like? Like is it more we're just running and getting a beer after? Is it we're training for certain races? What does that look like?
I always refer to us as a beer drinking group with a running problem. These nasties. Unlike most of the groups here are social running with intent. We do have a wide range of paces in the East Nasties, starting from walk running that actually started a little bit earlier, going from sub 7 to +10. So it's a wide variance that allow people to do their pace. Since we only really run between 3 and 6 miles on a Wednesday, everybody's always feels very comfortable usually with that run. So it's a mix. Some people are training for their next race and not specifically for a race when it comes to that, but for their race. And then other groups, though, like the Saturday morning distance running group, of course, that's more geared towards people usually training for a half or full marathon or getting ready for an ultra, and they use a 15-mile run as their low week in
Oh,
training.
gotcha. Very cool. And then is there for both PR Bandits and East Nasty, my goodness. Um, is there any section of the group that's considered elite? Is PR Bandits considered elite, or is it just fully like
Uh,
just community based?
Yeah, there are some groups. Nashville Harriers, I would say, would be the fast elite running group that get out there and train. The 12 South has had continuous track days Wednesday mornings. So you get groups that get people out there that are really trying to be at a different level. And for me, a different level is going to be completely different than some of the other extremely fast runners. We have the 5 minute, even sub 5 minute milers that get out there, and you watch them run, and of course they're going to be uh, way ahead of me. So I'm middle. I'm definitely middle of the pack.
Miles and miles, as long as you're finishing it, right?
That's right.
And sometimes, even if you don't finish it, if you at least you get out and you have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. There's always a
Yeah,
good time, and Nashville's full of hills. So, unless you get to a track, you've done it. So, it's not just the trail runners, it's even the street runners that have to face some considerable inclines, no matter where you are in this city. I wore this hat on purpose because this is my least favorite marathon, the Flying Monkey. It's all in the Percy Warner Hills. It's on road, not so it is a road course, but it's shut down roads in middle of a park, and it's some significant elevation and pain. So
oh, when is it?
it's late October. They do a half in usually late October, and then a full or late early November, and then a full right before Thanksgiving.
Oh my
So
God,
it's a
that's
great. I would refer to it as only a 300-person field, so it's very minimal. It supports the park, and it's one of those. As I think my cousin called it, a non-race race, something in those terms. It's completely different than your normal or the country music or rock and
right,
roll as you would expect with 30,000 people, 300 people, and just finish. Literally, is the
right.
goal is to truly just finish the race.
It's like you cross the line and you're like, "Where's my award?" And they're like, "Award?
Oh,
Reward. The porta potty's over there. What do you mean award? That's your
well,
reward.
I demand medals, so they give us a
Yeah.
wooden one. It's you don't run a race without a medal and a Strava time. Come on, we know the
Right.
goal.
If you don't log it on Strava, did you even really do it? I mean, that's
It does not count. We can all come
no.
to agreement on that. I think that's just no matter if you're, in Nashville or in DC, it just doesn't count.
I've been running a race and my watch will die, and I'll be like, well, I guess I'm done running this race because it doesn't even matter anymore.
Then you understand the pain that we go through as runners. So
Yeah, man. Exactly. Exactly. My watch dies and I'm like, oh boy, I might as well just drop out.
good
But
choice.
yeah, but you're on the board of directors for East Nashville. I would love to hear the story, like what made you want to do that? What's that journey been like? What is being on the board mean?
So I joined less than a year ago, so I am still one of the newer members to the board. For me, it was a continuation from managing the PR Bandits and realizing that I still wanted to give more to the community, and felt that the East Nasties had an opportunity to continue to develop as a community-based organization, fun, exercise, social, and just wanted to make sure it's what brought when I joined the East Nasties in 2012. I was already in Nashville about 8 years, and I did all my running on my own. Didn't know anything about it. Had a friend tell me about it. Actually, my wife had a friend who's like my boyfriend at that time, no husband. Hey, come on out and run. We became great friends, but just the development of that and how it made me part of the community, and the running community is awesome. Allowed me to realize what I got out of the city. That there's people like me, people run with me, and wanted to give back in that way because I think a lot of people that are new to running don't realize that it truly is a community.
Right.
And so join for that sense. Boards are always fun. Uh, uh, I think no matter what board you're on, you're always like, yeah, sure. But boards, differencing opinions always create, an environment of opportunity to learn from others and try
What
to.
a politically correct way to say that. Opposition gives me a chance to learn. I definitely don't think they're a bunch of bastards. That gives me a chance to better myself.
Well, you read my mind. No, I'm just kidding. No,
People on the board are watching this like, I thought Adam and I were friends.
Nah, they're everybody. Anybody that gives their time to a board, they love it and they deserve it. And sometimes I have to even accept that I may have a small ego and have to pull back a bit on my beliefs. So I'm totally in jest, but it is great. It's great to see a community, and putting a board together is never easy. Managing a board is never easy. When you get more than one opinion, it makes everything just a bit more complicated. And when you get 12 opinions in this case, it makes things 12 times more complicated.
Gotcha. I guess I don't like what would be if you could give me an example because I'm trying to picture what it looks like as well. Although I probably, if I just thought about it, I'd be able to figure it out. But like, what's an example of something like you're all trying to decide? Is it, hey, runs should be on this day. We're all going to work towards this. Is it like deviating budget? Like, what is it? So what's
Yeah.
like a decision?
Well, great questions. I'm going to give you some easy ones.
Yeah.
Where are we going to host our Christmas party? That's a simple. There
That's a
you go.
fun one. There you
But
go.
how much money are we going to put towards an event? Now how much goes towards how much time should we put towards elite runners, as you talked about earlier, and how much should we put towards developing runners?
Right.
Everything is, in terms of how we market. We have people, that are actually just spend time on the social media aspect to really push that out, so we continue to identify ourselves as one of the original running groups in Nashville. And just what are we trying to say? How are we trying to say it? What do we want to look like? What are we even every day? That can change as an organization. And then we can get down to what route should we use? What route should we run? We have 12 dedicated routes that we run every quarter. And then we have 13th one, that what we call the quarter captains, those that get up there, do the speeches, introduce groups, other people coming in to talk about things, or our social events afterwards, gets to pick one. But all those things play into, hey, what do we, as you get to this board type construction of a running group, all those come into play, and everybody has little different opinions on what they're trying to achieve.
Right. Gotcha. Gotcha. As the area is growing and as your group is growing because of that, where I guess like when you're at the board meetings, when you're all talking, where do you see the group going? Where are you like excited to see it go? Where do you hope it goes?
I hope it continues to. I don't want to see it grow too much, because when you grow too much, you always end up with, we clog up streets. So
Right.
but I want to continue making it a Nashville-based running group that people can come from all over the country and come to all over the world. We had people from Australia, I believe, last year, South America, um, uh, um, where trying to think, South Africa, that came in to run with us certain days. They were here for different events. They were here for social purposes, and they come
Nice.
out and enjoy a run. I want them to be able to find us, come out and run with us. I also want to be able to bring some new runners in, some fast runners, some slow runners, and allow us to go out socially afterwards to have a good time, to learn from each other, not just from running aspect, but who we are, what we're trying to achieve in the world. Just that kind of feeling. But if you get to 500 people
Right.
a week, and you kind of saw that with, I don't know if you've done anything with the Chicago Run Club yet, but they divided out into like 9 different segments. They have them all over the city, and imagine if you brought them all together, they would just be a massive entity that would clog up everything. Doesn't matter if it was a sidewalk or a road.
Right, right. It's like you're shutting down businesses. Like, what's happening? They're like, we're going for a fun run. That's what's happening.
Exactly, exactly. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
Police get called in. It just gets ugly now.
Yeah.
But we try to, I mean, even our group, we try to manage that or mitigate that, I guess, by putting out the fast runners first, giving like a 30-second to a minute break, putting out the next group of runners. So we do try to, even the groups that we do bring in, so it allows some of the cars to pass by at intersections and things that we may cross by. So all those are thought through. But, to your original question, I want to see it continue. I think
Right.
continue is the word, and continue strong with the right people. And when I step down from the board, hopefully I really feel real comfortable that I can continue coming here for another 20 years. And, it'll still be as great of an organization as it was when I started 13 years ago.
Right, for sure, for sure. I love this, man. I'm getting so hyped. I genuinely really love this stuff. So I'm geeking out. And if when I come to Nashville, I hope I can grab a run with y'all.
I expect you to. We have every day of the week. So you're gonna call me, and
Well,
we're gonna find
that
out
that's what
which.
I was gonna ask. When, so it's every day of the week. Is it in the evening? Is it in the
So
morning?
East Nashville, East Nasties are Wednesday nights, but we have
Okay.
run groups throughout the week. My PR Bandits are Saturday. We have the 12 South is a good example. They run Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 5 a.m. They run Monday nights at, yeah. Morning runs are awesome, especially in the South. So
Yeah.
it's nice and warm and still already sunny. And then they run their big run is Mondays at 6:30 p.m. But there's
Okay.
other groups there that will fill in all those other time slots. So it's Monday through Sunday. You will find somebody to run with here in the city.
That's awesome. That's super awesome. I lived in Austin, Texas for a year, so like I'm used to the heat, but it's pretty. It's a humid heat in Nashville, right? I wouldn't say it's like a dry heat like Texas. Is that right?
It's a straight humid heat. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it has definitely feel it continues to amaze me every year how I get through some of these runs, because you can feel it, especially about the 6 o'clock hour when we take off on Wednesdays. It's still warm and humid. So by the time you're done, everybody's looking like they just jumped into a pool.
Yeah. I live in Northern Virginia, so probably isn't as humid, but it's still like like it's pretty wild. So especially because I'm from upstate New York and like a snowy Adirondack mountain town. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I grew up in Connecticut and then moved down to DC for
Oh.
college and stuck around there. I ran with the Annapolis Striders back in the day when I lived in Annapolis, and ran
Right on.
throughout DC. And it was just an amazing place to run. I love that Northern Virginia area, DC, to run. The first time I got back into running, I think I was a senior in college, and I decided to go for a run and just never stopped. Had a Forrest Gump moment, and ran from DC to Maryland to Virginia, back on through, and 40 something miles later, it was like, okay, that's good enough.
Oh, that's rad. So what made you move to Tennessee? You're like the no income tax.
Yeah, obviously. No, work in the early 2000s. It brought
Oh,
me
okay.
here. Thought I was going to be here for a year and fell in love with it. Like everybody, carpetbagger moving down, and then we just stick around and become part of the fabric of the city.
That's awesome. That's right on. Super cool. What people traveling to Nashville, whether they're running with the groups, which I hope they do, but running with the groups, not running with the groups. What are some like hot spots, like awesome places that people traveling to the area can go run on, or like like a good trail or a good path or whatever?
But my absolute favorite, and now this does include the hills, and this does go to this running
Oh,
is Percy Warner. It's either a 5.6 or a 11.2 mile loop of the park, and it's intense. It's great. It's one of the great runs. If you come in here and you're just running on your own, you can find Percy Warner on a map, and there's multiple places that you can start from. And as being a big loop, you just follow it around. We have a lot of greenways. Shelby Park is amazing too if you want flat, much much more friendly, and you can get a great run there. And a lot of our greenways lead into other greenways with some roads in between, but usually pretty closed off and easy to get through. So you can go greenway to greenway to greenway in a lot of situations and get some really good long runs in. So I would say, look at if you're coming here, that's a great idea. If you're going to run early in the morning, it's always great to run up and down Broadway to get the flavor of
oh,
Nashville. Yeah, it's kind of like if you're New Orleans, you have to run down all those famous streets there, Royal, and I try to avoid a couple of them because they stink in the morning. But running up and down, you'll feel the same way in Nashville. There's a couple of them that you're like, okay, this was a party last night. But,
right. So someone had fun, but
yeah,
oh my God.
but it's still great to it's still great to run by the landmarks and see them. But I would say definitely the greenways in Nashville are definitely great, and the parks in Nashville have some great running.
All right, right on. Thank you. That's awesome. So PR Bandits. So that's different from East Nasty, right?
So it was a spinoff of
A
East
spinoff. Okay.
Nashville for a Saturday morning run, more of a distance group run that people were
I
I
see.
think, back. I took it over a couple years after it started, but I think the intent was to get people ready for their marathons and to just bring people together. And we kind of organized it and formalized it, and we still kind of fall under the East Nasty banner, but we don't just run in East Nashville. We run across the city. We do a lot of co-runs now with different other run groups, and so it's just a different experience. And if people are in on Saturdays, come find us, Strava or Facebook, and we're always posting a run every Saturday to come out and do between, I would say, 8 and this week it's 20 miles. So kind of like our range, but most of the long runs are out and backs. So if you're doing 6, 10, 12, whatever, spin it around, come on back at 6, and you got your 12 miles in.
That's awesome. And so that's kind of cool where you're maybe under the banner of East Nasty, like same goals and things like that, but you kind of just run and operate and be friends with all the groups. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, just thinking about it, you have two different communities there. A lot of the run, we do get great group of runners from the East Nasties that are doing more distance, but a lot of the newer runners, the 3, 4 mile runners, are like, why would we come out? Love to have them, but I don't blame them because a lot of our runs are loops, and you got to at least make it 8 miles, 6 miles to get through it. So you'd have a little different audience, but at the same time, that pulls from different groups as well in the city that may not run with the East Nasties because they can't get across town at 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. We pull in the groups that live all over the city,
Right.
or the people that live all over the city to come join us on Saturdays. So some of the same, some different. But it's in terms of my vision of it, the same thing, to create community amongst the distance runners and to have it's nice running by yourself. 12, 14, 20 miles is horrible. Running with a group makes it so much nicer. And to have water stations or hydration out there, and to just know that somebody may be running behind you or in front of you if you do fall, if you do, drop, to be supportive of you and to be there just to watch your back is excellent as well.
That's so nice. Yeah, that I love that. Okay, this question might be a really dumb question, but one of the most famous races in Tennessee is the Barkley Marathon. Is that something that your group, anybody in your group, is into? I imagine Tennessee's a big state, so I don't think it's close to Nashville, right?
It is not. It's on the other side of Nashville, but we do have a couple of Barclays runners. I'm thinking of one in particular. That's a crazy run.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them in Nashville. We have a runner that there's one that goes all the way across Tennessee with just a map in your hand. You have to do 300 and some odd miles. And good luck. I'm like, no.
No, oh my God. I just want to run and I gotta turn into like Christopher Columbus or something, or I'm gonna navigate these lands.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. So there are some crazy people out there, much crazier than me. And that do things like watching Barclays, people that complete it. I'm in awe. It's just, it's a different. I mean, of course, that's more probably you may get more of the dirt bags and people like that are training for that type of trail type run as well. That would be more engaged, since I'm more street running, and that definitely is not street running in any way, shape, or form. That's definitely a real challenge.
Yeah. It's wild, man. It's wild. Are there any?
Is that a goal of yours? Is that a goal of yours?
No.
Okay. Just
no. I with that said, maybe one day. I think a project that I'm working on is a show that explores people, places, and cultures through running and through comedy, which I do. And part of it is going to these different communities, trying these different races, and that would almost be a special one, because that's most people fail at it, because it's not just running. It's you're finding a map in the middle of the woods, and then you're traversing the land and navigating it. And so when I made the joke about Christopher Columbus, I meant to say Lewis and Clark, but you're literally traversing land and following directions. And I'm a Google Map guy, so I'm I don't get any service. I don't know what to do. I'm in the woods. I'm be in trouble. So, but maybe one day. You never know.
I love that you're going to do it maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Never say never, but also no. All right, my man. Okay, get into some fun lightning round questions.
Sure.
We can go in as much depth as you want, or we can just keep it tight and move on. So whatever you're feeling. Do you believe in aliens?
Wow, that's a challenge one. Yes, I will say yes to that. I just don't think they have found us yet.
Okay, right on. So surface level, yes. Don't go too much in depth about it.
Yeah, I'm not thinking they're watching me right now.
All right, right on.
I looked. They're not.
Yeah, no, unless I am an alien, in which case.
Good.
Am I cross-eyed? I don't know. All right. Next question. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
No. Okay. Hard no. Want to elaborate or no?
Yeah.
No. All right. Hell yeah.
Would love to. It gives us a kind of a different perspective on the world. But at this point, no.
No. All right. Sounds good. Casper would be very hurt by your answer.
Sorry. We loved him as a kid. I mean, that was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. What do you think happens when we die?
Ooh, that's a challenging one. Now you're asking the questions of the soul and all these other things. I don't have an answer yet. I hedge my bets on a afterlife, but who knows? We only find out after the time has come.
All right, right on. Okay. TV or books?
TV.
All right. What are you watching?
Oh, nothing right now. I wish I had a good show. There is, I've blown through every good, uh, uh, Amazon, every good. I mean, we can go through all the channels. I think I got to watch some. There has to be something on Disney or something that's worth watching. So you probably have to guide me to the right thing to watch. I haven't finished
Watch,
The Bear yet, so that's one that I do want to finish.
all right, so you watch The Bear. Give me a couple others you watch, and then I'll recommend some, or I'll
Oh,
try to.
ones I loved, man. You're messing with my mind. We were talking running, and now we're getting to let's see.
I like to get to know you as a person too.
I think the best show that's been made, Game of Thrones, definitely
Okay.
got me hooked the entire time. Looking forward to the final season of Stranger Things. That
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. That'll be good. I like a little sci-fi. If I'm going to watch something, I want it to be weird, unusual, and or something very entertaining that my brain can shut off. Where maybe a shoot 'em up type of show with an FBI agent or CIA agent, something like that.
All right.
There's 1,000 of them. I don't think I can name them, but I probably watched 10,000 different shows that all revolve around that.
Awesome. I got a good one for you, and not related because I asked you about aliens, but there's a show called Resident Alien. It's in its fourth season. You can stream it on Netflix or Peacock. I'm gonna pronounce the guy's name wrong, but he's like a pretty well-known actor. It's Alan, and then it's like last name starts with a T something. It's really, really good. It's really funny. It's got sci-fi. It's got pretty good comedy to it. It's got intense moments. I feel like you'll dig it. So
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. I've watched like 3 episodes of it, and then I shut it off. And you do need to come back to it. I see it. It's one of my recommended ones from, I think it's Netflix, right?
oh,
That
did you shut it off because you couldn't get into it, or you were just
it just I probably ended up turning on something else or got bored for a while, and then I liked the first 3 episodes. So I'm not saying it
I,
was bad. I just stopped watching it. Probably
I
would have
got you.
turned to another 100 shows.
So weirdly enough, my wife Anastasia and I we did the same thing where we watched like one or two, shut it off, and then we came back to it like months later, and then we were like, oh, this is really good, and then we watched the whole thing. But all right, right on, right on. Would you ever want to hang out socially with me sometime?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right,
Get down here.
all right, all right, all right. I don't know. I just try to throw people off guard. And speaking
That's
of
an easy
throwing,
one. Come on, that's
no,
easy.
thanks, man. Well, thanks. I try to throw people off guard, but you're nice. So, all right. Uh, in, Speaking of throwing people off guard, why do you think my dad left?
Oh, that's a good question. I didn't know this, so you're asking me something out of the blue. You didn't like your sense of humor?
All
I
right, good one. I dig it. Uh, there were no wrong answers.
yeah,
I was just
I
seeing
mean,
how
yeah,
you
complete
respond.
yes. I mean, I didn't go that deep in your research yet to identify rationales and reasons.
No worries, man. No worries. All right. Well, Adam, I've really, really enjoyed this, man. Thank you for taking the time, and it's been awesome to like get to know you and learn more about the running groups you're affiliated with. And I loved Nashville when I was there. I get hyped on running scenes, and just Nashville seems so red. Like it's got such an awesome comedy uh world to it.
It is a
And
good drive for comedy.
yeah,
Are you performing down here anytime?
nothing on schedule, but I'd like that's one of the places I want to get to. But Zanies is like one of the best clubs in the country. So
And Zany's
um
awesome, right there on 8th. It's a definitely a good place to hit up.
for sure. And then the running culture also seems amazing in Tennessee. So on that note, my man, anything you'd like to promote for either running groups, social media, anything like that?
Well, I'd just say eastnastyforlife.com. You can find them pretty much anywhere. They're easy one to find in Nashville. If you're out here on Wednesdays, come join. If anybody is in Nashville on a Saturday, find PR Bandits on Strava or Facebook as well. And then if you're here any of the other days, I'm going to still promote my other one that I run with, and that's the 12 South Running Group. And they're awesome. But you can hit up either NRC, which is a running store, or Fleet Feet, and they have a list of other places that you can find a run with as well in the Nashville area.
I love it, man. And then to anybody watching this episode, not related to Nashville, sorry, Adam, but I'm doing my Laugh and Run show next Friday, Friday, July 11th in Utica, New York for Boilermaker Weekend. We're doing a free All Paces Welcome group run before the show, followed by the run. Would love to see you. And then I'm co-headlining a show with comedian Jay McBride on August 9th in Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.